Hi, my name is Alyssa Rodolfich. I'm both a grad student and Extension Program Assistant at the Mississippi State Coastal Research and Extension Center in Biloxi, Mississippi. We've partnered with Mississippi Commercial Fisheries United to study the distribution and direct economic impacts of marine debris on the Mississippi commercial shrimping industry. As most of us know, marine debris is any man-made or processed material that is directly or indirectly disposed of or abandoned in marine environments. It is a persistent and growing problem all over the world, with an estimated 150 million tons of plastic alone in our oceans. Marine debris has several negative impacts on the environment. Wildlife is prone to become entangled in or ingest pieces of marine debris. Abandoned fishing gear will continue to catch fish, a process termed ghost fishing. Large pieces of marine debris can cause damage to important aquatic ecosystems. Unsightly coasts can result in a loss of tourism, and fishing industries are typically impacted. The commercial fishing industry faces many stressors along the Gulf Coast. The industry is facing a graying of the fleet, where the majority of fishermen are between the ages of 55 and 64, and they are not being replaced by younger generations. These fishermen also typically have second jobs to sustain them throughout the year. As we have seen with this year's season, hurricanes are a continuous threat along the Gulf Coast, impacting the marine environment as well as the valuable fishing time within fishing seasons. In the last decade, anthropogenic disasters such as the Deepwater Horizon oil spill in 2010 and the extended opening of the Bonnie Carey Spillway in 2019 have devastated important marine populations such as oysters and shrimp. As the presence of marine debris increases, it is putting an additional stressor on the commercial fishing industry. Marine debris can cause damage to vessels and fishing gear. If this occurs, fishermen must take time to remove the trash tangled in their gear and mend holes in their nets. This results in lost fishing time and lost catch each time it occurs. The purpose of this study is to estimate the magnitude of impacts the marine debris has on the industry. The objectives of this study are to characterize the abundance and diversity of marine debris that shrimpers encounter, including what is caught in their nets and floating near their vessels in the northern Gulf of Mexico, characterize the distribution of marine debris in the northern Gulf of Mexico, and analyze the direct economic impacts marine debris has on the commercial shrimping industry. To reach these objectives, 20 shrimpers were selected from a larger incentivized marine debris removal program targeting Mississippi commercial shrimpers. In order to fairly represent the fishing community along the Mississippi Gulf Coast, these shrimpers were selected based on their ethnicity and coastal county of residence, the length of their vessels and type of gear they use, and the number of trips they reported from previous shrimping seasons. These participants were asked to keep a logbook of their fishing experiences for an entire season, which started June 1st and will end December 31st. In return, they are eligible to receive a monthly reward of about $300. We actually tried to collect the same data over the 2019 shrimping season, but the opening of the Bonnie Carey Spillway delayed the shrimping season, and the data did not give a good representation of a regular shrimping season. This year's recruitment was affected by COVID-19, but this year's data is a much better representation of a normal shrimping season. In order to get an accurate representation of the presence of marine debris, we asked shrimpers to record each individual tow as they fish. The fishermen are given paper logbooks to record their fishing trips, and they submit the results into an online version created with Survey 123 by ArcGIS. The fishermen record a full day worth of tows as often as they can. Within these logbooks, we ask the fishermen for specific fishing times, meaning when they drop their nets in the water and when they pull them out. General fishing location using the grid map shown, the types of marine debris encountered, if any, catch lost in pounds, lost time handling marine debris in minutes, if damage was caused by marine debris, and the estimated dollar amount to fix that damage. In addition to the logbook, shrimpers were supplied with GPS-enabled cameras and asked to photograph each marine debris encounter. These photos and coordinates will be used to create maps showing hotspots of marine debris within the northern Gulf of Mexico. Data will be collected throughout the rest of 2020. However, we have been able to draw estimates with the data collected from June through mid-October. In total, the shrimpers submit an average of 7 records per day, and these estimates have been made from 461 individual records. While participants were selected from the entire coast, the most active participants are from Ocean Springs in Jackson County. The fishermen fish throughout the Mississippi Sound, as well as in Louisiana and Alabama waters. However, the records show that marine debris encounters occur most often near the coastline in Jackson County. The area shown to have the most marine debris encounters is close to the bridge connecting Biloxi and Ocean Springs, just off the shore of Front Beach in Ocean Springs and Deer Island. Of the 461 records, nearly a quarter reported marine debris encounters, the most common item being derelict crab traps. Other reports include tires, plastic ice bags, and glass bottles. The average tow was reported to be about 110 minutes. When shrimpers run into marine debris, they lose an average of 26 minutes, often untangling crab traps from their nets. In addition to time lost, marine debris encounters have resulted in an average of 21 pounds of shrimp lost each time this occurs. Of the 104 marine debris encounters reported, only 5% resulted in damage to shrimpers' gear. When crab traps or tires covered in barnacles are caught, they often rip holes in the nets. Many of the shrimpers know how to patch the holes on their own. However, depending on the extent of the damage, it may result in having to cut a fishing trip short and go back to the harbor to fix the damage. The shrimpers reported that they expect to spend an average of $151 each time this happens. The current data shows that marine debris does have an impact on the shrimping industry. Shrimpers have reported an average of 7 tows per day, and nearly a quarter of those contain marine debris. As the presence of marine debris increases worldwide, these occurrences are expected to increase as well. Derelict crab traps are particularly damaging to this industry, causing an average of 26 minutes and 21 pounds lost per tow. When marine debris causes damage, it results in shrimpers spending an average of $151 to repair it. As we move forward and finalize the data, we will use in-plan software to assign dollar values to the impacts these fishermen face. This will be calculated with the lost output per day, repair expenditures, cost of labor, and lost fishing time per day. The direct impacts will then be compared by the same criteria we used to select the shrimpers: areas fished, vessel size, and the type of gear used. This analysis and the photographs with corresponding coordinates will be used to develop hotspot maps of the types and abundance of marine debris in the northern Gulf of Mexico. For more information on the impacts of marine debris on the Mississippi commercial shrimping industry, please visit the Derelict Trap Reward Program website listed and contact me at alyssa.rodolfich@mississippistate.edu. Thanks for listening.